dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dahnans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Dahnans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfont tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodia's Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. Discourteous, aren't you?
Ready! Engaging! This one's mine! I'll smash you! Into the center! You'll have no support! Natalie! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. My turn. Eternal devastation. Dragon form. Shockwave. Dragon form.
Dance in the wind! Do it! Air thrust!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Let's see what you've got.
In a vine.
A scream bathed in blood.
You think that shield will save you?
Eat this.
Not on my watch!
The enemy is ours too.
You'll soon see that!
Be my guest.
Hey, I'm out! Back in here!
I'm not done. Of course.
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle! I'm no fine weapon. Got it!
choice! Eternal devastation! You're mine! It's over! Can you take it? You're mine! Eternal
These ones can run rings around us.
You're mine!
Celestial
Finish!
Ice prison. Radiant here. Now.
You're mine!
This one's mine.
Too fast!
Stand back.
Take this!
I'll pick it up.
Pieces. Attack time.
Dragon form!
By the power of water. Now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope. I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Gotta break through! Bring him down! Here I come! Eat this!
Take this! Here's evil! Raging! Going! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
Glacial Steel! Here's evil!
I'm not done!
Elusive deity.
Not in your dreams!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Looks like we won.
I won't forgive you!
Not today!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
See what I can do.
My shield?
Healing
We're not finished! Try harder! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
There! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
My turn!
Wind astral energy! Where are you going?
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Take this!
By the power of water!
Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn!
No
I'm not done!
break this night.
Dragon Swarm!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Discourteous.
Now you'll see what I can do! My shield eats this!
Far enough!
Take down their defense!
Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Dance in the wind! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. An opponent like this should be easy.
Here's a healing eye!
I won't show you any mercy! The rebel!
Can't get out of
It's over! Crush!
Breaking storm!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! Scream face and blood, ripping you apart! Armor won't save you! Bloody howling! Everlasting shadow! Negative gate! Eternal devastation! Nothing gets by me! Denied! Everlasting shadow! Negative gate! Dragon Sword! Rending you apart! Glacial speed! Bloody howling! On your knees! You're finished! Eternal devastation! Here I come! Negative gate! It's over!
In here!
Dragon Form! This one's all mine! You're mine! Dragon Form! Eat dirt! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Onward and upward.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Courteous, aren't you?
Here I come!
Thank you.
No further!
It's a duel of the arts. Let the marksman handle it. Supernova!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like this ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Dance in the
My
wind.
turn! Not a chance! Ha!
Laser cannon. Here's the pile.
Strike!
Lancer.
Eternal
Now.
devastation! Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
An opponent like this should be easy. Elusive deity!
You've got spirit.
Not today! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! Eternal devastation! Shockwave strike!
Another incantation ruin.
Elusive deity!
I can't take much more.
Now you see what I can do!
Light astral purge. Flame of fury.
Our arts are being interrupted.
Radiant love here.
Prepare to be seen!
Here's the healing art.
Dragon Swarm!
Flame.
Take this!
Here's the healing art.
Soaring Red Spear! Rising Burn! Behold! The Earth's pulse! Tectonic fission!
mine! Champion
Try harder! My turn!
Hey, this one's mine!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! It's over!
Natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I will never.
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! This one's all mine! Regenerate! Rising Falcon! Burn in hell!
Allow me to help you.
Win! Rising Falcon! Win! Soaring! Rising Falcon!
Healing circle!
You'll never get so great.
Radiant flood! Here! Razor cyclone!
Rising Falcon!
Here's a healing heart! I can't kill you forever!
Megasonic thrust!
Here! Flame of
The
fury!
enemy lives on too.
You'll soon see about that!
Can't get out of this!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
This'll make us even more formidable.
That equipment should come in handy.
No choice. Resonate with the earth. Eternal devastation. Wind.
Blood. Rending you apart.
Take this.
Your reflexes will not serve you well, please.
Eternal devastation. You're mine. Eat this.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
To me.
I never miss!
No escape. Dragon Swarm.
Do it!
Totally. In an instant. Impact Block. My turn.
Mega Ray!
Dragon
Right
Swarm.
now, raging art mail! Confiscated!
Captivity. Catapult.
I'm ready. In an instant. Impact Block.
Skills in top form? Art's working like a charm.
Someone seems rather pleased with herself.
You... Did you hear all of that?
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans used to keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluba Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Hi, Hoodle!
Got you now. Try harder. No chance.
Dance in the wind! Seal! I'm the true gunslinger around here.
The rebel.
Flying free! What can be tested still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Anything in armor is all mine!
Take this, Sion.
Chinese supernova!
I'm ready. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. Not a chance.
Dance in the wind!
Eagle Ray. Astro
That's my cue!
Shut him down. Eternal devastation.
Can't get out of this!
Crush.
Elucidity!
It's over. Eternal devastation.
Dance in the wind! Corruption!
Here I come.
Captivity!
Marksman handle!
Eternal devastation. Wind. Rising Falcon.
Lightning!
Burn in hell.
This one's mine!
Here I come.
Wind! Energy! Dance in the wind!
Eternal devastation.
Air
Wind.
Countertop field! Still! Mega Ray! Confiscated!
Eternal
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more healing for now.
Do you sense?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Hi, Hoodle!
Bring him down!
Far enough! Radiant, here! They really don't give up, do they?
Not today!
I can't heal you forever!
Can't get out of this!
Air thrust! Back into those words!
Totally! In an instant! Impact clock!
Cited!
Now!
Ah! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. No choice! The rebel! Stop now!
Anything in order is all mine!
Dragon War!
My shield can stand a beat this!
Got you now! We're not finished!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! This one's all mine! Here I come!
In here!
Rising
Nothing gets by me! Lunar corruption! Touch the down! Radiant here!
Take this! Eagle Fly! Dragon Swarm!
I can carve through armor!
Lunar corruption!
Dragon Swarm!
By the power of fire!
No further!
Raging cascade!
Far enough!
I'm out of arrows now!
First strike!
I'll be saving you!
Dragon Swarm! Teach you respect! Glimmer Dragon!
Back into the fray! Here I go! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There's always room for improvement.
No choice! I feel an edge!
Let the marksman handle this!
then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
It's over! More with that stuff! Here goes! Not on my watch!
Eagle Dive! Glacial Spear!
Here!
Rapid tear!
Freeze Blazer!
Severing wind! Sword and rope!
Ready to go! And this world!
It's over!
Here!
I'm on it! Prepare to be sealed!
Do it! Law!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I can feel my power growing!
Looks like some solid equipment.
But a opponent like this should be easy.
For my lord! In a bind? Eat this!
Hey, what?
I'm going in!
Engaging!
Here's evil!
Dragon swarm!
This is mine!
The enemy heals on too.
You'll soon see about that!
Now you see what I can do!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Purge Maleficent!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Gotta break through!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And troubling to me!
Not in your dreams! Here I
You're finished! Take this! In a bind?
You're mine! Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I'm practically unstoppable.
I won't forgive you!
Now you see what I can do! My shield? Will create devastation! We're not finished! Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Not a chance!
You're finished! Soaring Little Spear!
Eagle Dive!
Do it!
I'm reaching my limit, you guys.
Damn. Guess we better be extra careful.
You're saying we should...
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Burn in hell! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Sword!
The earth throbs in pain.
Armor won't
Stand back.
save you.
I'll trip it up.
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Don't get careless.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Not in your dreams!
Freaking Duncan! Piss off! Take it! Hold that gun out of your hand! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help.
Dragon Wind! I'm just getting started! Rising Falcon!
Crazy Hurricane! Here goes
Eagle Ray!
Tunnel! Mega Ray! Light Ash!
I'm on!
Thunder!
Just getting started!
Damn it!
Only I should be more
This
careful.
one's mine!
I can carve through Dragon Swarm!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Rip and tear! Can't get out of this! This one's all mine! Hurricane! You picked the wrong fight!
Stay back to fight when you need that!
Felt fine not too long ago.
Reload!
I could do this all day.
Steel Force! Lunar Corruption! Raging
You're
Cascade!
mine! Dragon Swarm! Here and now!
Mega Ray!
No! Can't end here!
Light Astral Energy!
Hurricane! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll finish you here and now!
That's what I did for shooting too smart.
Dreams!
Dragon Swarm!
Anything!
Pay for that!
Now you see what I can do.
Dragon Jump!
Eagle Assault! Lunar
It's time!
Corruption!
In a bind?
You're mine! Ignite!
Ready to go! I never miss!
Breaking
Field!
Falcon! Finish!
Eagle Assault!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
I'll leave it to you.
An astral poison?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
You see what happened there as you crossed? Shouldn't have done that.
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
This should do it!
Here's a healing arm!
I have no limits! Eternal devastation! Severing wind!
Magic is there!
Rising focus! You require a hand.
Annihilation!
Severing wind!
Take this!
Stardust!
Denied!
Healing blade!
I owe you one.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
Burn in hell! My turn!
Ready!
Wind!
I can carve through armor!
Soaring light spear! It's too much! Try harder! Now! Here I come!
Here's a healing arm!
Devastation! Rising
Let
focus!
me help!
Inspiration!
First aid! Lancer!
Severing wind! Rising focus! Enough to this one all mine!
It does it!
Burn in hell!
Now!
Trigger!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
That'll teach us for getting cocky. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here. What's this thing?
It's on!
Now you'll learn!
Here I go!
It's almost too strong.
In a bond!
Be my guest.
Watch this! Shattering pieces!
My shield?
Do it!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact cross!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Gotta break through! Engaging! Burn it
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now! Here I come!
In the groove!
I never miss!
Quiver Dragon! Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Now!
Shattering Dueling! Hey! Blow them away!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Looks like some solid equipment. Hi, Hoodle! Hear me!
I can carve through armor! Eat this!
Here's the
I'm on it! Take this!
Those flying
You picked the wrong fight.
in the back! Here's the healing arc!
Strike!
Go for the weak point! Dragon shell! Lightning air! Dance in the wind!
I'll finish you here and
Can't
now!
get out of this! Air thrust! Radiant arc! Here! Here's a healing arc!
Southern wind!
Dance in the wind!
Ready to go!
Air vortex!
Soaring like this!
Not in your dreams!
Joy!
Searing flame!
Focus,
Manuel.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Armor won't save you!
Glacial clear! Here's the Evo!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
You picked the wrong fight!
Just with the doctor or here's a healing arc!
Dragon
First aid! Blazing cascade!
Take this!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike!
Lunar corruption! Let the marksman handle
Rip and
this!
tear!
This one's mine! Lightning abrasion cascade! I'll heal you all!
Take this!
Healing sword!
I owe you one.
Prepare to be seen! Rolling snap! No further! Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it.